4 minutes.
Last Corla, and very much welcome the opportunity to speak on this motion here tonight. And I congratulate Deputy O'Sullivan and her staff and the other independents for putting this motion down. I was also pleased, like Deputy McNamara, when I discovered that no counter motion had been tabled by the government. I think it's good that we've left behind the back and forth politics this evening. The back and forth politics that can sometimes dominate private members' time, and that instead we can focus on the issues being discussed. And as been said by the previous speakers, strokes affect thousands of people in Ireland every year, and strokes can vary from a mild attack, which people can make a full recovery from, to debilitating attacks, which leave them with a much reduced standard of life. And while 10,000 people a year will suffer a stroke and face the consequences, there are also the family members and close friends who will have to provide care and support for those who have been affected. In Meath alone, there are 3 different support groups, including one in Dunboyne, where people can come together over tea and a biscuit to talk to one another about how they are doing and how their recuperation is going. And these type of groups are incredibly important to the well-being of those who attend them. And I congratulate the Irish Heart Foundation for supporting these groups. And I also congratulate the Foundation for the great work on the Act Fast campaign. As the Minister noted in his speech just last night, studies have shown that for every €1 that we spend on prevention, we can save almost €20 on treatment. The Act Fast campaign has been proven to increase the number of preventive procedures that reduce the more serious effects of a stroke. And a study carried out in Sligo General Hospital showed that in the first 9 months of the Act Fast campaign, the percentage of stroke patients that received a potentially life-saving clot-busting treatment nearly quadrupled from 3% to 11%. It's an excellent result for the campaign and for preventative medicine in Ireland. The Minister has made it clear in his speech that the continued rollout of the National Stroke Programme is a priority for him and for the Department. The purpose of the National Stroke Programme is to reduce the mortality rate and level of disability after a person suffers a stroke. Towards the middle of this year, 94% of stroke patients will have access to stroke care when the 2 remaining national acute stroke units open. These stroke units are associated with a reduction in the numbers who die because of a stroke and a reduction of those who need institutional care of approximately 20% post-stroke. This translates into 1 additional patient returned to community living for every 20 patients
1 minute
treated.
remaining.
These are positive statistics for people who suffered a stroke. I see from the HSE Dublin North East Service Plan for 2012 that I received today that its plans for stroke care for all patients in the catchment area include many measures, including a register of 80% of stroke victims on the stroke register and acute stroke units established in 5 sites across the North East, operating up to standard. The dedicated stroke unit is incredibly important to the recovery of stroke victims. This has been seen across the country by the patients and their families, and I'll be pressing the HSE to ensure that these units are operating up to standard for the people of the North East.